Okay. Daryl Willie Insurance. What's up, guys? If this is your first time, thank you for coming out, giving me a shot. If this is your second time, you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Appreciate the support. Greg Akuri put out a great article about people hating budgeting. So we're going to get into this. Again, my name is Daryl Willie. I like to talk about all things insurance, including home, auto, small business, a little bit of life and health, and a lot of things that affect your money, your pocketbook, your Bitcoin, whatever you spend for money. That's what we talk about also. I try to keep things positive and optimistic because that's how I try to be. Also, this is my mindset. All budgets can be worked with as it relates to insurance. So please do not, under any circumstances, cancel your insurance without speaking to an insurance professional. What do you know about that, right? So your monthly premium will always be cheaper than a court judgment. Remember, I said that. Do not play games with this thing. Stay insured, right? So let's get into this. People hate budgeting. Why? Glad you asked. And how to reframe it. All right, many Americans dislike the term budgeting. The concept often leads to a sense of deprivation comparable to the notion of dieting, experts say. There are some easy ways to reframe the budgeting exercise more positively. So we playing this mind game for the same thing because you guys get upset about something called budgeting. So no matter what we call it, it's the same thing. Manage your money responsibly. All right, Americans hate to budget. However, reframing the concept can yield more positive results, experts say. They cringe at the word budgeting. What's up, little mama? Oh, whoa. Mm-hmm. All right. They cringe at the word budgeting, said Winnie Sun, co-founder of Sun Group Wealth Partners based in Irvine, California. All right. It's sort of like telling someone they need to diet or eat healthy. I get it, said Sun, a member of CNBC's Advisor Council. It's a very overwhelming concept for the average consumer. Okay. About 68%. Let's get it. 68% of consumers say a budget would help them reach their personal and family goals. Yet, 40% say they have never had a budget. Now, that is insane. According to a poll by the CFP board, which oversees the Certified Financial Planner designation published in 2019, Sun estimates more than 60% of her clients feel as if they're literally going to suffer if Sun mentions the word budget. All right? Now, that's crazy. A professional financial advisor who has studied, who understands, who is telling you this is a good thing. That's like going to your doctor and your doctor telling you, stop smoking, it give you cancer. And you're literally sitting at the doctor thinking, what do they know? This is nuts. You have a professional who studies money, giving you advice about money, and you feel some kind of way, anxious, upset, aggravated, because they're helping you manage your money. All right, there's a deeper story there, but we're going to keep going. Conversations around budgeting are generally distilled into two camps: spending on needs, i.e. essential items, and wants. That's nonsense. Stuff you can do without. But I get it. I like Twizzlers every once in a while, but don't tell anybody, right? This framework is meant to help weigh one's financial priorities. That's something I think people struggle with. Priorities, all right? Thereby keeping spending in check, wrote Sarah Newcomb, a behavioral economist at Morningstar. But the experience can turn budgeting into a feeling of deprivation, and people rebel against as the result. The classic financial advice of slashing spending on wants such as entertainment, social connection, God forbid, I can't hang out with my friends. I can't go spend my rent money hanging out with my friends. What are y'all doing to me? That's crazy, right? Dating and education, for example. Let me give you that again. The classic financial advice of slashing spending on wants such as entertainment, social connection, dating, education, for example, is at odds with the natural process of human motivation. Newcomb wrote, yes, the numbers must work, but your life must work too. She wrote, otherwise, you'll internally resist your budget And we all know how that plays out. Not good. All right. How should you reframe budgeting? Glad you asked. Let's get to it. Financial experts recommend reframing the budgeting concept as a positive rather than a negative. I don't even know why. I do not know why the word budget is negative. That would be like someone saying eat fruits and vegetables and you think that they're cursing your mother. This is nuts. Like, in a way, we're dumbing things down, right? We got to sprinkle a little sugar and cinnamon on stuff for people to do what's good for them. While yet you will complain about people who are progressing and making money and stacking money because they're doing the thing. They're denying themselves certain things so in the future they can have the things they truly want. But for the others, we got to put a little sugar and honey on it, right? Let's sprinkle a little cinnamon so it go down good. Financial experts recommend reframing the budgeting concept as a positive rather than a negative. Okay, here we go. For example, households can think of it as raising funds instead of cutting spending. Wordplay. They can also establish financial goals. For example, what do you want to do with their extra funds? Good question. That may be paying down debt, saving for the long term, or growing a pot of money for short-term goals such as vacation. How about that? We let the goals lead the act of budgeting, she says. For me, a budget is not about restricting myself. Lynette Califani Cox, a personal finance expert known as the Money Coach, said during a Q&A with JP Morgan Chase in Essence, it's about choosing how I allocate my resources and how I spend my money. So she doesn't call it a budget. She just, talks about how she allocates. Some people have buckets. How about this? The bucket concept. You know how you have like multiple buckets. There's the rent bucket. There's the fun bucket. There's the car bucket. There's the health bucket. They put it in different buckets, right? So we're playing this word game instead of using budgets. Similarly, Newcomb recommends identifying new strategies that can meet one's needs and simultaneously save money. Newcomb gives the real-life example of a husband and wife who argued about how much money he spends on his boat each year. Listen, don't buy a boat. Have friends who own boats. It's a lot cheaper. You got that from me. His needs are about self-actualization. He enjoys the wind in his hair and the sun on his face. Woo-wee. She seeks safety and security, meaning she wants something in the bank, which are also important to her quality of life. That should be everybody's quality of life. Here, the husband found a new strategy, offering sailing lessons to teens at his yacht club, which helped offset the cost of his boat and allowed his wife to funnel the additional income into savings. Now, that is a fantastic compromise. That's super duper, guys. I like that. So there are other ways households can find extra money without sacrificing much. Let me stop there. Guys, do not run away from the word sacrifice. That is what it takes to survive in America. America is a money game. It takes patience and sacrifice. It takes a level of self-control and maturity to play this money game. No one owes you anything. You can get what you want, but you got to put time in it. It doesn't come overnight. We're not going to microwave a big paycheck to pop in, right? We got to set the foundation. You're going to build up to it. Consistency wins the game. Patience, consistency. Okay. So for example, households with more than one streaming service can opt to use one service for 6 months, then change to another for the next 6 months, decreasing their streaming budget about 50%. Okay. Sounds good. Households with an ample emergency fund intact can consider shopping for auto and other insurance policies with a higher deductible, which is good, than their current policy, likely lowering the monthly premiums. This is true. In the event of an insurance claim, the emergency fund can meet the deductible required. Now, that is fantastic information. D. Willie Insurance loves that, right? They can also commit to doing curbside pickup when shopping for groceries. For example, shoppers make purchases more mindfully and avoid in-store impulse buying. I like that. I never thought about that. Actually, I might try that. She finds clients generally save 20 to 25% more on their groceries this way. Any additional cash flow can immediately be used to pay down debt or go into long-term savings or towards short-term goals, she said. Ultimately, if there is a money issue, all right, she challenges clients to decrease their spending by 5 to 10% during the month. After each week of success, she encourages them to celebrate by making memories instead of debt. Perhaps by doing something with friends or hanging out at the park, beach, or someone's backyard. You have to have a joy to replace that negative of what you call budgeting. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. There's really no easy way. I mean, we can use the wordplay. We can disguise it. We can do all of this trickery that we want. But at the end of the day, you're just going to have to pace out the things you want to do and the things you want to accomplish until your money gets to that point. And it just takes conscious effort. And if you look at it like eating fruits and vegetables as this mountain you have to climb, you're just only screwing yourself up. Don't do it. This is simple stuff, people. This is real simple stuff. Now, emotionally, it's probably going to hurt you because your friends are out and they up popping on Instagram and on TikTok and you wishing you could do all that. Maybe you can do a little bit, but you can't do all that. So you can have what you want in life, but you can't have it all at the same time. So just take your time and have some fun with it, right? Enjoy the journey. That's what I'm going to tell you. Enjoy the journey and the process of becoming who you really want to become. All right? I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Hope this video brought you some value because this budgeting thing is really serious. Remember, America is a money game and you can win. Stay in short. See you in the next video.